In this lesson, we're going to learn how to create an equation of a line when we're given the graph. So let's review something first. An equation of a line is in the form y equals mx plus b. M, and that's the coefficient that's in front of x. This is the slope. And you might remember this as the rate of change. And then b represents the y-intercept. You might be familiar with it as the initial value. And that's just where your line crosses the y-axis. And x and y in the equation will just represent any coordinate, any point that will be on that line. So when we create the equation of the line, all we really need is the slope and the y-intercept. So looking at our example, looking at this graph here, can we identify the y-intercept and the slope? Well, the y-intercept is, again, just where our line crosses the y-axis. And it crosses the y-axis right here at this point at 2. So 2 is our y-intercept. And from our y-intercept, we can find our slope. So recall that slope is the same thing as our rise over our run. And on this line here, we can find another point so we can count our rise and our run. So I wouldn't pick this point right here because we don't exactly know the exact y value. This point right here that's in the corner would be a better option for us to pick. So if we pick this as our second point, we can use those 2 points to find our slope, and you can use any method that you're more comfortable with. I find it easier from the graph to just count the rise and our run. So when you're doing that, you're just counting if you're going up or down and left and right. So from this point, and let me choose a different color, I'll choose green. From this first point, to get to the second point, we're going to have to go up 1 unit. And if we're going up, that means our rise is 1. It's a positive 1. And then we need to go to the right 2 units. And if we're going to the right, that's also a positive, and it's positive 2. So in this case, our slope is 1 over 2. And remember, slope is rise over run. That's the vertical change over the horizontal change. And now that we have our slope and our y-intercept, we can write out our equation. So remember, it's in the form y equals mx plus b. We just need to replace m with our slope and b with our y-intercept. So our equation would be y equals 1 over 2x plus 2. Okay, and that's it. That's our equation of this line. So now I want you to try the next one on your own. So pause the video, check out this line here, find your slope and y-intercept, and then come back when you're ready to check your answer. And here's the equation I came up with, y equals 2 over 3x minus 1. So our y-intercept, as you can see here, is -1. The line crosses through the y-axis at -1. And then we would need to pick another point. So I chose this one here, but you might have chosen this one down here. Whichever point you choose, you will get the same answer for your slope. So from that y-intercept, I can go up 2 units and to the right 3 units. So in that case, the slope would be 2 over 3. But if you went in the opposite direction, you could have gone down 2 units, that would have been -2, and then to the left 3 units, that would be -3. And -2 over -3 is still a positive 2 over 3. A negative number over a negative number makes a positive number, so our slope is still the same. So using our slope and our y-intercept, 2 over 3 and -1, this is our equation of this line. Y equals 2 over 3x minus 1.